Alrighty, folks, we are back and we're just about ready to get going here. We have NescapePlan getting ready to showcase Mega Man 5 Buster only for the Game Boy. I'm going to go ahead and bring us right on over here and we'll get them unmuted and get things underway.
We got out some of it in just a DM discussion. It's just...
Hey, he's got Mega Man charging up his fist for that colonoscopy, you know? We should have asked if that's okay, about the colonoscopy.
Oh, I know. So
because I know that's a touchy topic.
We're live. Drew. Okay. Yeah, we are ready.
I hear such an echo.
All right, so we do have the game up. All right, so hello, I am Ness or Nescape, and with me is my co-commentator Drew.
Hey, how are you? I am Sapphire Drew, and we're here to show you a very wonderful Mega Man game that don't you love him? Get my tongue twisted already. Okay. Anyways, that is called Mega Man 5 or Mega Man V, also known in Japan as Rockman World 5. It is my all-time favorite game of the franchise, mainly due to its uniqueness in the series. It's also the only Game Boy game in the series to feature an entirely new and original storyline and assets, beginning with a star droid named Terra invading Earth, as we're about to see in a moment.
Alright, we can go through the whole intro here? Okay, alright.
Yep.
Sit through for a minute. Important lore, I guess.
So of course, Terra shows up and is like, I see, so you are the famous Mega Man. I am Terra, and soon you will be my slave! Of course, Mega Man's like, hell no. Transforms. And then we realize the thing happened. And Mega Man's like, this isn't right, let me try this. Charge shot. Nope. Didn't even put a scratch in him, gets knocked out cold. And Mega Man's like, what? My Buster didn't do anything. What happened? Knowing that there's now no force on Earth that can stop the Star Droids, they begin their invasion. And thus, once again, you see buildings getting blown up, like in every Mega Man intro.
It's so true.
Mega Man slowly wakes up in Dr. Light's lab after being knocked out cold and is like, huh? What? Where am I? What's going on? Say what? Okay, I'm taking some creative liberties here. Anyways,
Alright,
Dr. Light then equips Mega Man with a new weapon known as the Mega Arm. Because apparently, when plasma won't cut it, a giant fist to the face will. That said, where's Hardman when we need him?
Yes, exactly. So anyways, we do have an estimate here. I do need to get started, so... Alright, let me give a countdown. Alright, so in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and going.
Okay, so while this category is called Buster only, it's technically Mega Arm only. Which, the Mega Arm works a lot like Super Mega Man's Rocket Buster from Mega Man 7, in case anyone felt it looked familiar. So here you got Ness doing just really awesome, just slide and shoot to pretty much blow through everything as if it didn't even exist. The helicopters are pretty easy to take out, well, at least the first one. The second one, it's a little bit RNG.
Yes, definitely.
I think it is RNG, right?
Oh yeah. It only has like a few patterns, but which one you get, like this is a very weird one. You have to wait for it to dip down a little bit. It wasn't too bad.
And I should say, aside from the new villain, story, music, stage designs, etc., it's also the first and only Western appearance of Tango the Cat, who functions as a much more offense-oriented, similar to Beat, but he can even damage bosses. Sadly, given the nature of this run, we won't be seeing everyone's favorite Robo-Kitty. And here you see NescapePlan purposely taking damage from the steam, which will allow them to go through other hazards unharmed. So again, we're going to be doing that. which lets you... Yeah. So I'm not used to doing this, I'm sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, that lets them go through a lot of that stuff unharmed. Now, we got this ladder climb here, so if there's any donations that can be read out, we can do that here.
I have plenty of time. Even the task can't find a way to go faster here. Yes, I took damage intentionally from the steam just so I have invulnerability frames to get through other parts of it. Because we gotta go fast. Now we go into water.
Oh yeah, I should mention that it's not just this game, it's pretty much every Game Boy Mega Man game has a lot of lag. Just something about either the hardware or the engine that they used for this. So it's not like, say, an emulator or the Super Game Boy or anything of that nature. It's just the game's very laggy. The whole Game Boy installments are laggy.
Poor Game Boy just can't handle all this.
You notice it in the water, you notice certain enemies, you notice it, like even there, when Neptune does his attack.
So that was the Neptune fight. It adds a lot of slowdown whenever he throws out his little water bubble thing. I forget what it's called. I guess it'll let us know. Item get screen here.
Oh, while that's going on, I should also continue the other things I meant to fit within that stage beat it so fast. Other things I should say that sets this game apart is that we have star droids instead of your usual robot masters. Each one is modeled after a different planet from our solar system. It's also one of the only Mega Man games where Dr. Wily is not the final boss.
True. A little bit of a spoiler, maybe. That's okay. Very dangerous stage here.
Oh, I love this stage. If you ask me, this is probably the most memorable stage in the whole game.
I agree with that. Don't get stung.
Oh yeah, because apparently natural occurring lag is not enough, the developers decided we're gonna have bees that if they sting you, make everything go in slow motion. So yeah, you have lag-inducing bees. Now these waterfalls, if Ness gets caught in them, will drag Mega Man into the abyss just instantly and kill them. But I don't know if it's due to a glitch or intentional design. If you hold on to the ladder and don't move, you won't get sucked away.
Yep, you'll be seeing me do it in a couple screens here. After I directly kill these things. There we go. This screen, yeah. So we get to chill right there. Just don't press up or down. Saves you a little
up
bit
and
of
down
time.
equals sadness. More lag bees. We're getting to the really good parts soon.
Yeah, the weird bubble mechanic in here.
Oh, I love, yeah. So these bubble rooms, they consist of large and small bubbles that affect both Mega Man's jump height and how many times Mega Man bounces afterwards. The large bubbles give you a screen-high jump followed by 2 bounces, whereas the small bubbles will give you a weak jump followed by a single bounce. And it's important to note you can't cancel out of any of that. So it makes the next bubble room that's going to be coming up soon very crucial.
Most difficult room in the stage. Everything kills you in one hit. There we go. Made it across. Nice. Feels good.
So a little bit of trivia here. The planet Venus is named after the Roman goddess of love and beauty. However, the Greek equivalent of Venus is the goddess Aphrodite. Aphrodite is derived from the word aphros, meaning sea foam, which is where you get this whole bubble theme from.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I never knew why there were bubbles and crabs in Venus stage, so that is why.
Yeah, which leads to our next part. Although me and Ness pick on Venus for his similarities to Toadman, if you notice, he moves by sidestepping and then also attacks by bubbles, and that is because Venus is modeled after a crab, due to the fact that the planet Venus intersects with the constellation Cancer, which is a crab.
Yeah, so the Venus fight's kind of interesting
sorry.
from like a technical standpoint. So whenever Venus throws out the bubble, it's very random. Venus can also jump very high, which means you can't hit it. And the little bubbles adds a bunch of slowdown and also absorbs your buster shots. So that fight always has a lot of improv. You can't really always do the exact same thing.
And at half health or less, Venus will spawn 3 bubbles instead of 1.
And we now have Rush Coil, which will never be used in this run.
Rip Rush.
But we will see a reskin of Rush Marine. Pretty cute.
Now, if you ask me, Mercury is single-handedly the best star droid, in my opinion, and also probably the most original. And I won't spoil why exactly just yet. I will mention that a little bit later. But in the meanwhile, other than evil birds that sort of resemble Bee, I actually leave it to Ness to kind of explain the run for this level.
Sure, so there's these conveyor belts on the ground there. They're on a specific cycle. They'll automatically switch to the other side if you take too long, so it's very important to be going pretty quick through a lot of those sections. And down here, to save a little bit of time, we're going to be doing a lot of damage boosting. Whoops, I did not get a full charge shot there. I'm going to have to improvise a little bit here. So you're going to slide across for a bit. Now I'm just going to have to very much improvise. But usually you'd be damage boosting here. But now I'm going to have to just kill it. So, disregard that.
Yeah, normally, when things go right, you would see Ness purposely tanking into the projectile, which does a lot less damage than touching the enemy itself.
Right.
And then Ness would end up sliding through the enemy.
Here I call the impossible shot. Sometimes you can feed in 3 shots before falling, but it's called the impossible shot for a reason. Here's another one where the conveyor is on a strict cycle. You don't get bopped in the head there. And then there's an E-tank up here. You have to do slide canceling. If you just do regular slides, you'll run into those spikes, which kill you instantly.
Now, speaking of E-tanks, the thing with Mercury that makes Mercury so unique is that Mercury can steal your E-tanks. Can steal pretty much anything, your weapon energy, even S-tanks, weapon tanks, you name it, Mercury can steal it. It's a very nasty weapon that he has called the Grab Buster, so you want to hit him as hard and fast as you can so that doesn't happen. At which point he will then morph into a liquid metal that will either bounce or roll based on if his health is odd or even.
Yes, so we will be manipulating that very shortly. So we're going to keep it at odd increments from this point out to keep it in the faster phase, the roly-poly phase, I call it. So the bouncy phase.
Now, continuing with the theme of planets and Roman gods, Mercury's design is inspired by the Roman god of messengers and thieves, with the emphasis on Mercury stealing things. It's also inspired by the element Mercury, hence how you saw him becoming liquid metal and can dismantle and reassemble himself at will. If you were doing casual or other runs of the game, like other categories, you would want to do Mercury first normally, because Mercury's weakness, Black Hole, can only be used against him during the refights. So when you're playing the first half of the game, you pretty much have to kill him Buster only.
Right, I think most people do even the first 2 Robot Masters Buster only in this game. I think like the initial weakness you get is just not that strong.
What's even more funny and ironic is according to the Mega Man and base CD data information on Mercury, it has under Mercury's likes communism, despite Mercury being a thief who wants everything all for himself. When communism is about sharing and redistributing wealth to the populace, and Mercury's just like mine.
I did not know
So I
that.
found that an interesting little discrepancy there.
Yeah. So this stage has a great song. It's the Mars stage song.
Oh yes, the Mars. You gotta sing the Mars stage.
Of course. We need to get to the point where we get it though. This is the one part of the song where we don't get Mars stage. Gotta wait for the next loop. We do get monkeys, Planet of the Apes.
Now you can see like a lot of these star droids and stage themes and everything are modeled after either Greek or Roman gods. Obviously, Mars being the same as Ares, god of war. You have this whole weaponry theme here. You got landmines, you got rockets, you got
Mars stage. Everybody loves Mars stage.
troll
It's a
spikes.
very, very good stage. Yeah, we're talking about Mars stage.
I always felt that was like a little dirty that they have those health capsules there, and if you go for them, you're dead.
Oh yeah, it's like the pizza and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on Nintendo. This is a lie. We go for the damage boost up here. Slide through both of these, yeah. Very, very, very tight window.
Now, because we have a little bit extra time in Mars' stage, I can actually go back and mention some trivia that I didn't have time to mention in Neptune's stage. And that is, for those curious, Neptune's serial number is SRN009. And the reason why it's 009 instead of 008 is because of the fact that Pluto was inside of Neptune's orbit at the time of the game's release, temporarily making Neptune the 9th planet from the Sun instead of the 8th planet. SRN for the serial number standing for Space Ruler Number.
Oh, I know that. Space ruler number.
So what I like about Mercury is outside of his main missile weapon, he's the only boss where you have to fight him by countering his own attacks and just shooting straight at him instead of dodging them.
Yeah, it's
or
like those.
in Ness's case, you just tank him. And
It's like
blow him
the
away.
Dragon Ball Z episodes where they're firing the lasers against each other for, 2 episodes long. I don't know what's actually called. Was it like the Kami-Ha? I don't know. The Kami-Senin? Hi, Kami. Someone from Dragon Ball Z will correct me here with whatever the thing that they fire from their arms.
I used to be very knowledgeable in DBZ, and now I'm not. So I'm just here like I have lost a lot of credibility now.
Oh no.
Okay, so here we're treated to a cutscene. Mega Man investigates the area. He's confused that he can't really find anything here. As you're gonna see in a moment, he's just like looking around, scoping out the area. Door closes, oddly suspicious. And here's where Mega Man pretty much is like, oh, there's nothing here.
Guess I'll just leave.
Only to get ambushed by Terra, who vows vengeance for his fallen comrades by summoning a Dark Moon, or as we all know him, Yellow Devil. It's literally a Yellow Devil rewrite.
Much, much easier version of it, so most of the runners call it Easy Devil. You have a lot of time to react to everything here, and stays active for a very long time, so you get a lot of damage in.
course, Ness hugged part of Easy Double because we gotta throw a little bit for content. Gotta make the fight look interesting.
Yeah, I think it's too many people complained from Mega Man 1 with Yellow Devil. It was just way too difficult, so
Easy Double's like come on, Easy Double's like, come on, you gotta make this look good. I gotta get it hidden. Now, speaking of Easy Double, if you time the fully charged Buster Shot correctly, there actually is a way you can double hit the Easy Double.
Oh,
which is actually a rarity among doubles. Not many doubles can get double hit.
interesting. Did not know that. And so trying to find a way to just two-cycle that where he only appears twice, but he always has at least like 1 HP. There he had 3 HP, but always has at least
because I think
one.
the fist has to clip through the eye in a certain way, and then it hits during the return trip as well.
Oh yeah, okay. Makes sense.
So during this cutscene, Dr. Light discovers that the Star Droids are intending to launch an all-out assault on Earth by harvesting the minerals that they collected from Earth to build an even stronger generation of Star Droids to launch an all-out assault from outer space with very devastating results if nothing is done. Not sure what to do, Mega Man insists that the time for action is now, and he asks Dr. Light if he can modify Rush for space travel, saying, well, if we can mount a surprise attack on their home turf, then there might still be a chance. Of course, during that time, he's like, well, it's going to take a while, so why don't you go spend your P-chips, which is why you had to see Ness do a little bit of menuing.
One of the reasons I like doing Buster Only is to not have to do menuing.
And do you remember when Pluto was a planet?
Rip Pluto.
I feel old now.
F's in chat.
F's in chat for Pluto. So in these last 4 stages, there's actually hidden energy crystals, and if you were doing 100%, you would want to collect all 4 to get the, I think it's called the power generator, which will cut your weapon energy consumption in half.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, that reminds me, there's something in this game where if you die a lot of times, you get a powered up weapon.
Yes. If you game over 3 or 4 times within the same level and choose to continue each time instead of going back to stage select, you will get an upgraded buster called the Turbo Accelerator, which will reduce how long it takes for a fully charged shot. And that stacks. You can actually get 2 of them. It's not saved via a password though, so if you reset the game, you lose it.
Kind of like a difficulty mode built into the game. If you're dying too often, it adjusts for you. It's kind of nice. I don't think there's any other Mega Man classic game, at least, that does something like that. Alright, Proto Man, what you got? Proto Man gives you something random here. Can be health, an E-Tank, or a 1-up. 1-up is usually the worst for speedrunning purposes.
I think S capsules sometimes too, which
I know
just
what he gave
reveals
me there.
everything.
I had enough health there, it's okay. It's that enemy there, it takes way too long to kill Buster Only. You always want to damage through it, but it hurts. This boss is very important to kill quickly because he wastes a lot of time flying up in the air there, so try to kill him on the left-hand side here.
So a little bit of trivia here. Pluto's weakness to the Grab Buster might be considered a reference to how cats dislike generally being held. Also, Pluto is the only Star Droid who doesn't draw any inspiration from its namesake.
Another random trivia about this game. The cost of the cartridge for this game is pretty ridiculous. I haven't looked at it in a long time. It was around 250 loose.
Don't remind me. I'm so sad that I lost that.
Oh, that's right. You had it as a kid. That's right. You're like playing this on the way to school.
I had the whole franchise. Like I had like a whole shrine dedicated to Mega Man. And then, hospital debt happened.
We got our low gravity. This one I had to map out Buster only on my own, so a lot of health management here. My health is going to be very low multiple times in the stage.
This stage has a lot of great music, and I just love how free you feel in this stage because of the low gravity. It's also the only stage in the game besides the final level that has an alternate branching route to it. Sadly, you won't be seeing that because it's a lot longer. But if you were to take that alternate route, it would lead to an E-Tank and an energy crystal. Oh yeah, a 1-up too. E-Tank, 1-up, and energy crystal.
HP.
So if you notice the theme with all the electricity here, once again we return to our recurring theme of gods and goddesses. And with Jupiter's stage and also Jupiter's attacks, they're inspired by Jupiter, the Roman god of sky and thunder. Turning to Greek mythology again, we can also see that Jupiter, when we get to the fight anyways, you'll notice that Jupiter borrows some bird-like features, which is the my tongue twisted again. I'm so alright, let me try that again. Turning to Greek mythology again, we also see that Jupiter borrows some inspiration from Zeus, considering that Jupiter's bird-like features and how the eagle is one of Zeus's symbols.
Gotta get an extra E-Tank. Get an extra hit somewhere. Because I was not going to be able to survive that.
So the alternate route would be here if Ness went up the ladder. You would climb for about 2 screens to get an E-Tank and a 1-up, and then when you fall back down, the opening that Ness went into would actually be sealed off, and instead the bottom would open up and lead to its own whole little section. And if you head left from there, there's the energy crystal, then if you head right, you end up going here.
Here's another fight with a long invulnerability window. Try to get 4 damage in each cycle with precisely timed shots just like that. At least the full charge shot does 3, and a regular shot does 1. You get 4 damage each cycle, you can kill them quite a bit earlier.
You know, for whatever reason, when I was a kid, I used to think Jupiter was a girl.
Could be.
I don't know why. I just did.
Quick kill. Sweet. It looks easy, but I assure you the timing on that is not easy. So that was not how I usually do the Jupiter stage. There's a lot of elements where I had to improvise, do things slightly different, but we got there. No deaths. Have I died yet? I don't think I've died yet.
No, I don't think so.
Nice. Today is the day. Let's get the death list. It's a little ambitious.
So now we move on to Saturn, which is actually the only star droid in the whole game to have a design based on the planet they represent.
Like the changing gravity, like it says 0.5G, 2G, push you down. Just hold left, hold left.
And that side area you saw Ness go past, that is where you find yet another energy crystal. And that requires A favorite weapon of Ness's. That sadly. Oh no!
That's okay. After I jinxed myself, I'm like, well, good do that.
I think it was because I ended up referencing your favorite Star Droid. It probably made you laugh inside.
I had to think for a second. Like,
you knew where it was going.
The one remaining. Got it.
So many jokes about that last Star Droid.
Oh yes, yes, absolutely. What
It
fun
just
is
writes
around this
itself.
game if you can't improvise and joke around about Uranus, you know. It's a very difficult section. A lot of very precise jumps.
Oh, yeah, the jumps here make me so nervous.
Still make me nervous. Made it. Eddie, what you got? Nothing. Or just trolling me with. Have some ammo replenishment. Your buster.
Don't you love when that happens?
Oh yes, absolutely.
So someone at Capcom decided that apparently the game's own lag isn't enough. So not only did we have lag bees, but now you got enemies that will induce screen-wide lag when they activate
this
their
one.
ability.
Yep.
Right here.
Saturn is the boss with the most RNG out of any of them. He'll give you different patterns where he'll just waste your time.
Put up a shield, just sucking things in, or jump in the middle of the screen. Okay, he does the thing around and then sucks things in. This is okay pattern so far. He puts it down.
We probably should have had a flashing lights warning for this boss.
Epilepsy warning. That was actually a pretty decent pattern. Good pattern Saturn, I like to say.
Good pattern Saturn.
I'm just glad it wasn't bad pattern Saturn.
Yeah, bad pattern Saturn makes me sad.
So speaking of Saturn, we get another wonderful weapon that we can't use called the Black Hole. It is ridiculously overpowered. You can actually use it to skip an entire phase of the penultimate boss, who we won't spoil just yet. But anyway, speaking of black holes, we're going to everyone's favorite place. You know where that is?
It's Uranus!
Uranus!
Very big Uranus, too.
Big,
Modeled
dark,
after a
and
bull.
smelly.
You mentioned there was some lore behind why it's a bull.
Yeah, I actually had to do a lot of homework on this one because I was curious where they. Oh yeah, by the way, that cracked wall is where the last energy crystal is.
Shout out to Pharaohman in space. Pharaohman in space here.
Yeah, you got a lot of Egyptian references in this stage, and I was wondering where the heck did this come from, considering I could not find any Greek or Roman references that would fit a bull that lives in Uranus with butt monkeys and Pharaoh Man in space. But but actually what ends up happening from what I found out is the whole Egyptian theme ties into this because it turns out that it could possibly be a reference to the Egyptian creator god how do I pronounce that again? Ptah, yeah, the Egyptian creator god Ptah, who is known as the ruler of the sky and was symbolized by a bull. And the Greek god Uranus was also known as the deity of the sky. So I kind of, it's a stretch, but it's the only thing that even remotely makes sense based on all the research I was doing.
Wait, the stretch for the lore on Uranus.
I was wondering if I should go there or not, but you did it for me.
I'm sorry, everybody.
It's late. It's late 9 TV. It's Adult Swim. It's okay. I'll shut it off there though. Mini boss cooperated. Sometimes you miss him.
This game has so many bangers in it in terms of music. This one, Jupiter Stage, Mercury Stage. I could just have the whole OST of this game on loop forever.
The unique things with this fight is charge shots do the same as regular shots in this fight.
Yeah, Uranus is very heavily armored, so even when you shove a whole fist up it, it only does 1 damage. Now, jokes aside, Uranus is a very deadly attack to it. God, even innocent comments sound bad. But he can one-shot you. If you notice how half the stage closes in, that won't just do damage. That will kill you instantly, even at full health.
I remember you mentioning that. I still haven't... I guess I would have to, like, intentionally do it or something. I guess I haven't even tried. Just slide into it and watch it kill me.
If you're not expecting it, it's a very rude awakening.
All star droids are down.
Because I remember when I was playing this game for the first time, as in my early tween years, I was like, what's your gimmick? And then I died instantly. I was like, oh, I see. Death is your gimmick.
Nice trick.
And here's your usual, curse you, Mega Man. You've meddled with my plans for the last time. I wanted to create a whole new world only for robots. How dare you? And, well, needless to say, this doesn't sit well with their heroes, so we have to kick his face in.
We'll get cheese in this fight just by staying on the left-hand side. Just gets rid of an entire pattern of his, so he doesn't do
The
teleport
game
stuff.
pretty much screams what his weakness is, considering his weakness is right under your feet.
Yep, blocks on the ground, just like in Mega Man 1 with Gutsman fights. It's just like, here's some blocks.
Gee, I wonder what these are for. Maybe Dr. Light knows.
I like the backstory for the next cutscene. It kind of borrows from Star Wars.
Oh yeah, we should get into that. But first, again, a little bit of trivia. Terra means Earth in Latin, and more importantly, Terra is the only character in the entire classic Mega Man series to have canonically defeated Mega Man in battle. So here we're treated to another cutscene where Mega Man relaxes for a bit, thinking it's finally over, before seeing dun dun dun. He's like, no way, it can't be. Wily was behind this all along? Now, I promised you I'm not lying here. Wily is not the final boss. He is the penultimate boss, the second to last boss. So, I did not debate you guys. He is not the final boss, but he is involved. Because of Wily.
But check this out, Rush is so cute here.
Rush in space.
Rush in space!
Not Rush in space, but Rush in space.
Yeah. Russian. I like how you can zoom around with it.
Essentially, it's a glorified Rush Marine that works in space. It's the exact same sprite for Rush Marine too, I think.
When it fires, it looks like hungry hippos or something.
Hungry Rush. I'm kind of curious why
Space meds.
why he even needs the dome, considering he's a robot. But then again, in the ending of Mega Man 7, Mega Man did kind of allude that he might be more.
Here I'm trying to lure them to the right so I can get behind them. Can't shoot them otherwise. You cannot turn the ship around.
And shouts to Quickman stage. We're gonna get some Doom Beams here.
For the longest time, I thought these were instant death, but they do take off like a huge chunk of your health. I think like easily half or 2/3.
That's a lot. Yeah. You don't want to get hit by them. Oh, and your health carries over to the next stage, by the way. So.
I love this part because you can see so much personality and detail in the sprite, even though it's zoomed out now.
Okay.
Like, this is like the type of sprite work I'd expect to see on a fan game for like the Texas Instruments like graphing calculator. Because I had friends that like make like little Mega Man fan games on those.
So to get the kill on here, you can reduce the amount of cycles it does, so it's not this whole rotating up and down thing. You have to get in 5 damage each cycle, basically. So now we're down to only 4 damage left on this one. You need to get in there really quick.
Right after it opens up its mouth, you have a chance to do damage. You get in there just in time, you can get 5 damage in. So, got the quick kill. And here's why I saved an E-Tank coming up in just a moment. My health's a little bit lower, so I'm going to kill this first. I don't know what those things are called. Star Chuckers?
I don't know a lot of the regular enemies' names, sadly. But anyways, this stage, again, also has a lot of branching alternate routes.
Oh, Buster
It's
only.
only
You have to take this hit. Sorry.
Bees!
Wait, there's that lag that you're talking about. B-lag.
Lag bees!
And
It's
another
like the
time,
speedrunner's worst nightmare. You have bees that sting you and induce you with lag.
you usually be using Rush on those sections, but this is Buster only. Will not be using Rush there. It's doable without Rush, so part of Buster only stuff is gotta do it without Rush if it's doable without it. Alright, now I'm done.
So you see here in the Wily Star that Dr. Wily is making clones, enhanced clones probably, of the Mega Man killers, Anchor, Punk, and Ballade. It's very easy to confuse Quint as a Mega Man killer, but it's important to remember that Quint does not have a serial number that belongs to the Mega Man killers. Actually, his serial number, if I recall correctly, is all question marks. And we'll be speaking more about Quint in a moment. He's actually the next boss that's coming up. You can even see copies of him in these tubes. And speaking of Quint, he has the most unique backstory, if you ask me. He actually was created during the events of Rockman World 2, during which time Dr. Wily stole a time machine, hoping to stop Mega Man in the past. However, he realized that that time machine was only capable of traveling to the future and back. Undeterred by that, Dr. Wily travels to the future anyways, to a time where there's more peace, and Mega Man no longer needs use for any weapons. So he manages to convince his retired future self to help him capture Mega Man and reprogram him into Quint.
So that was the one section where I had to damage boost a bird to get through, and then I have to go and use something that isn't the Buster. So I was going to mention there anyways, but yep, died. It's okay.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to kill you with backstory, but
No,
it's just, you know how I feel about Quint. Quint is amazing.
So here, I'm going to take some damage, and then the one time that you have to go and use another weapon to continue through the game, you got to charge it up, slam through. That's it. Back to Buster.
It's the only time Mega Man breaks his vow of Buster only. So with an evil Mega Man on his side, Dr. Wily felt like he could finally win. And when that didn't work, well, what did Wily do? He decided to make lots and lots of evil clones of Quint that are far worse. And that actually leads into a game most people don't even know exists. And that is the Japanese-only Wonder Swan release. It's a sequel to Mega Man and Bass, Rockman and Forte 2 Challenger from the Future. And the main villain of that game was actually one of the discarded prototype clones of Quint. With that villain being known eventually as Rockman's Shadow. And there's actually a flashback in that game that goes back to this fight with Quint.
Yo, Blade's hitbox is all messed up. Stand here in the corner.
So this is the last of the Mega Man killers, Balade. As Ness has already explained, he's kind of jank, so you could just cheese him.
Time to go through all of the droids again. There's only one difference in any of the droids here. It's Jupiter. Do you remember what's different with Jupiter this time, Drew?
Oh yeah, no ice, right?
Yeah, exactly. Everyone else is the exact same.
It was weird. I love this game so much. It's actually my favorite Mega Man game of the whole series, and there's just certain things I'm a complete derp on. Like, I had to think for a moment when you asked that. I was like,
That's when you don't notice at first until you play this a lot. You're like, why does this feel so different? It's sliding around. A quick kill again, just trying to precisely time my charge shot so I can still get in a regular shot after. Pretty well so far. Alright, cool. Down to 3 health, so any full charge shot will do. In this game, if you do a full charge shot, does 3 damage, half charge shot does 2 damage, regular shot does 1 damage. What's this? Mars! For this one, you have to just mash away so you can, I don't know, match up with Mars' shots.
yeah, you just have to destroy his bullets or ignore them completely. I mean, you have enough health.
Everyone loves Mars fight. It's a very, very good fight. Good pattern Saturn? Maybe? Nope.
No.
Pattern Saturn. Eat my
You
fist.
had to jinx it.
I'm supposed to eat my fist. That's what Uranus does.
Oh no. Oh, that reminds me, speaking of Uranus, remember the news article that I showed you
Oh, yeah,
recently
that was a good one.
about the diamonds raining in Uranus? That's a legit thing. Like, that's not just a joke.
I know,
There's
you can actually Google it. It actually
diamond
is a
rain
legit
in
thing.
Uranus. Yeah.
Yeah, ever since running this game a lot and Drew catching up on a lot of my runs, we're just always just throwing Uranus jokes back and forth.
It's the highlight of the stream, really.
Yes, absolutely.
So, now that we're doing the refight with Neptune, I can actually squeeze in the last little bit of trivia I didn't get around to mentioning before, and that is due to Terra's role as a late-game villain, despite representing Earth, Neptune ends up filling in as one of the first 4 star droids, even though the planet Neptune represents is part of the gas and ice giant planets represented by the latter half of the game.
Quick kill it here so we don't have Pluto hanging up on the ceiling for too long. A lot of precise jumps and buster shots. Yeah.
Pluto had it so going on back then. I mean, not only was Pluto no longer the 9th planet, it was actually temporarily the 8th planet in our solar system, so it moved up a rank. And then it went from that to not being a planet at all.
If everyone say goodbye to the Uranus jokes. I'm sure you're very happy about that, especially Agile.
There's like one joke I really wanted to do, and I'm just like, I don't know if it's kosher for this
I
stream.
think I pushed
so...
the limit enough. I think I pushed the limit enough.
So I was just like, yeah, I should probably hold back just a little. I don't want to get banned. That's my first time being a guest commentator.
Yes. Alright, the Mercury fight, where we manipulate its HP so we can keep it in a quicker pattern. But since full shot does 3 damage, we're still going to do that for one more time. We're going to get the bouncy phase. And from here on out, this is the last time you're ever going to see the slow bouncy fade. Doing 2 damage to bring it down to 5, and then 2 damage to bring it down to 3.
So we have this roly-poly phase, as
Yes.
Ness calls it. I love the roly-poly.
Full shot to finish off.
Yeah, Mercury really is like the best, most unique boss, because you think about all the other weapons you get in different Mega Man games, and how many let you actually steal from enemies?
So, 1 story, 2, 3 stories, 4 stories, 5 stories, 6 stories, 7 stories. Mega Man swole. Those ankles. Those feet. Didn't hurt Mega Man at all.
It probably does, but you know, the show must go on. He's got to keep a smile.
True.
He's got to be brave.
Can't show any vulnerability. We're just hanging on the right hand side. It's kind of specific timing. In my head, I'm just kind of counting out to about 6 there. Try to get as much damage as each time. 3, 4, 5. 1 damage. And quick kills in this is very important in the speedrun, otherwise you lose like 7 seconds or so with these invulnerability periods. Jupiter has it, Pluto has it, the Fists boss has it. Yeah, big invulnerability periods if you don't get the quick kills. And Easy Devil, but no one has found a 2-cycle kill on Easy Devil with Buster only so far. Now we fight part 2 of the Fists. This one goes faster. This one's like a 3.5 to 4 second count before you get out of it.
I kind of feel like this is poetic justice given Mega Man's usage of fists this entire game.
Very true. So has some RNG. You might have noticed it was shaking the ground. When that happens, you have no control over Mega Man. You can't jump, can't do it. Means no inputs, so you can't jump and smash him. No fist bumps or anything. This one also has different stuff that hopefully we won't be seeing, because I won't be messing it up, hopefully. If the missiles hit... Oh, there we go. Hey, I'll just demonstrate it. There you go.
Now to demonstrate.
Because it wastes more time when that happens. Wait for it to drop it down again. There we go. Demonstrated. Intentional.
Yeah, we're not going for world record or anything. We already have world record, but
That's right, exactly. Yeah, someone please come challenge me. My world record has 2 deaths in it, so definitely can be challenged.
So I like how Ness calls this the Wily skip, because as I mentioned earlier, you can skip an entire phase of the Wily fight and go straight to the final boss by using Pluto's weapon. Not Pluto, I mean, well, you'd use Pluto's weapon for the iframes, and then you would use Saturn's weapon close up. And somehow, when you kill Wily that way, it instantly kills his second phase, and you just go straight to the final boss.
Otherwise, you fight this very, very, very tedious boss, but the only thing that damages it is these little moving time bombs.
Yeah, since this fight's pretty much a wait fest, we could also read off a few more donations.
How much has been raised so far? It was somewhat over 600 last I checked. It was a while ago. For the purpose of this event, I have not been reading any of the chat whatsoever, by the way, so if someone answered it, I do not see it.
I can't either, yeah, because I just have this on full screen.
Got it.
So yeah, normally this entire phase would be like instantly killed. I think from a technical standpoint, it's because of the fact that he takes damage before his health spawns, so it just counts as an instant death.
Swag points land on Wily's ship there.
So of course Wily runs away because Wily. And here Wily is like, "Behold, Mega Man! I have the world's deadliest weapon, Sunstar, the Doomsday weapon, and it will be your doom." Pretty much. Okay, I'm paraphrasing a bit, but it's pretty much it. Wily found the Star Droids and Sunstar, and of course used them for his own sick, twisted purposes. And of course, at this point, Wily's like, "Sunstar, destroy Mega Man!" And Sunstar goes, "LOL, no."
Betrayed.
And at this point, Wily's like, "You fool! Curse you! You will pay for this! How dare you defeat the mighty Dr. Wily!"
Dr. Wily is really defeated this time. We're never going to see Wily again.
So then Sunstar now says, "Ah, so I see you are Mega Man. I am Sunstar, the Doomsday weapon. I must destroy all inferior life forms."
Another boss where regular damage, buster damage, hard shots, and regular shots do the exact same amount of damage, is what I was trying to say.
Pretty much everything does either 1 or no damage to Sunstar. Sunstar has no weakness, but Spark Chaser will just relentlessly home in on him, making the fight a lot easier because you can just focus on dodging. Now, sadly, you will never see it during this fight. Actually, even casual players will not see it, but Sunstar during this phase actually has a screen nuke attack.
Oh, timer stops on the last hit on Sunstar, so just a moment here.
I'm on the side, jump, and time.
There we go. End of the speed run. Woo!
So of course here, Mega Man is doing his whole, we don't have to do this, we don't have to fight, let me take you back to the lab to get repaired. And Sunstar is saying, why? Why are you doing this? And of course Mega Man's doing his whole, but we're friends, and we don't have to fight, and I believe in peace. And obviously Sunstar's like, "No, we're robots, we're built to fight, that's what we do." And Mega Man's trying to explain to Sunstar that that doesn't have to be the case, that he believes in a world where humans and robots and everyone get along. And Sunstar's moved by this. Actually, unlike the English script, Sunstar has a few more lines of dialogue where he pretty much expresses that he's moved by Mega Man's mentality, and then says that as his final act of kindness, he's going to use the fact that he's gone critical to take out the Wily Star. Instead of just saying, "Oh, my reactor's gone critical, you need to get out of here."
Thank you for the GGs, everyone. Just taking a quick look at chat here. Thank you so much for the GGs. Corral, Kame, Aguad,
Chill, X-Witchy Mama, Rainbow Ninja.
Kame, I believe got Kame coming up shortly after this. Maybe a short break or a longer break. It depends, because we've had to reschedule some things around. Kame will be doing Mega Man X6 Buster Only. Kame has helped me considerably with all Buster Only stuff. Give me a lot more confidence in running Buster Only. Did some lessons with him. So if you want to do some Buster Only stuff, learn it. Chat with Kame. Got a Buster Academy. Kame is next.
So our story doesn't really end here. You got Mega Man reflecting on everything that happened. Obviously, having to go through that whole ordeal messed him up pretty bad, just like every adventure he's been on. I mean, you gotta think about it. You're forced to fight all the time, and a lot of these people were former friends of yours that got reprogrammed to be evil. And it's just like, why? Why all the killing? But in the middle of this whole reflection on things like that, you're gonna see in a moment Dr. Wily will come and say hi. And it's not a good hi.
We also got feedback from Rainbow saying that you did a great job on commentary.
I feel like I did terrible.
I think you did well. You did great.
So yeah, as Mega Man's walking home, you're gonna see Dr. Wily show up in about a few moments, shoot a laser at Mega Man, and be like, "This is not over, Mega Man! This war ends here!" But of course, due to the damage the Sunstar did to his ship, that's not gonna happen. And it's neat that this is like one of the few games where Wily isn't begging. Instead, he's like, "I'm gonna kill you!" And no. Then he realizes that's not happening.
And so, Wily finally is captured. He'll never harm us ever again. He'll be fine.
Nah, he's gonna do his usual begging routine, but instead of begging, he catches himself and is like, "What am I doing?" and just runs.
Alright, so, anyways, I think that's the end of this story for now, right? So,
Pretty much.
So we can do some parting words here. So thank you everyone so much for hanging out. I love running this game. Drew is the one that introduced me to it, so thank you, Drew. Thanks for the commentator.
Oh, you're
You've been
welcome.
awesome.
I'm sorry that I feel like I did such a horrible job. I don't know. I can't just do things on like a command. I don't know. It just happens.
I thought you did great, and people in chat also thought you did great too. So thank you again so much. So yeah,
Thank
I'm
you,
Ness,
everybody.
or Nescape. I do all sorts of retro speed runs. I kind of specialize in Mega Man Buster only, so you'll see a lot of that on my stream. So Drew, if you want to say anything about what you do here.
Oh yeah, I'm a family-friendly Twitch variety streamer, except when I'm doing after-hours stuff on Adult Swim, like other people's streams, then I cut loose a little bit. But yeah, I do a little bit of everything, mainly retro and indie. Puzzles, platformers, sometimes mobile games even. But other than that, yeah, I'm just a retro variety streamer, family-friendly. I even have an adorable cat named Noodle.
I see. We'll see
gotta
cat
see
cam.
Noodle.
I'm jealous of the cat cam.
Noodle's the real star of the stream. People come to see Noodle, not me.
Right. Alright, well, I think that'll do it for us. We have Kame coming up next, so whenever we get the word, I'll let Kame take it away from here. And thanks for hosting this, Kame. Glad we could help out with this great cause.
Yeah, thanks for allowing us
Please
to
donate
be
more
a part
money
of
and
this.
help them out. This money doesn't go directly to the organization, it goes to everyone that it needs to be able to go and help out.
All right. Thank you
Thanks so much, everyone.
to NescapePlan and Sapphire
Thank
Drew.
you for having us.
It's been a pleasure. Fantastic run, fantastic commentary. That was a blast. How about that lore, folks? That deep lore in Mega Man 5 Game Boy. A Game Boy game, absolutely jam-packed with lore. Loads of thought went into so many details in that game, and I didn't know any of that stuff. I mean, I've played the game, sure, and I played it Buster only. I mean, come on, go figure. But, wow. I am absolutely impressed. I am. But at any rate, yeah, you heard Ness. I am up next doing Mega Man X6 Buster only because apparently I don't have a brain. You guys will see what that's all about in just a few minutes here. I'm gonna go ahead and begin my brief setup here. It should be fairly quick, but in the meantime, if Joe's around, I believe he wanted to speak to everybody briefly here, so I'm gonna go ahead and hand it over to Joe here, and I'll see you all